In 2005, the franchise known as Monster Hunter took to the stage on the PS2, where players would capture or hunt various types of monsters to create armor and weapons to become strong enough to face off against stronger monsters. Since then, the series became one of the hottest gaming franchises. In 2016, Capcom took the franchise to a different stylization in Monster Hunter Stories on the 3DS. In this game, players could ride and battle alongside monsters in the turn-based version. The game did so well that in fact in 2021, they came out with a Monster Hunter Stories 2, Wings of Ruin. This is FlareonLad of TheEeveeDuo, and today I'm going to give you my opinion on the not-so-pocket-sized monsters. I'm going to give a fair spoiling warning as this video will contain a bit of the story involved in the new game. At the time of making this video, I was only up to the Snowy Town area, which you can get to early on in the game, and so that's as far as my knowledge goes. As I've only played a bit of the first Monster Hunter Stories on the 3DS, my first impression of it was alright. Going from a real epic time battles with huge monsters to a game where you start off with no weapons, just running around with your two best friends, just seemed a little off-putting. It wasn't until you got home that an outraged Nargacuga destroys part of your village and kills one of your friend's parents. Talk about your classic anime intros. Well, that's as far as I got. So why did I get the sequel? Well, to be honest, I was a bit skeptical until I saw the baby monsters hatching. I'm sorry, but just look at that face. How can you not say yes? So I promptly picked it up. I'm gonna name you Ursaring. In the beginning of the game, you play as the grandchild of the first game's protagonist. First, we're going to catch you up on the first game. According to a very trustworthy source, aka Wikipedia, the Nargacuga which wiped out the village was controlled by a black blight, and the main character takes it upon himself and his companion, Naviru, to find the legendary White Dragon Egg. During the final battle though, Ratha, the Rathalos you hatch in the beginning of the game, is engulfed by a white light showing Ratha was really the white dragon all along. Sure, I skipped some parts, but you guys get the gist. Now to the new game. In the beginning, the same Rathalos named Ratha is scaring the village of Ruto. Hey, kinda like how in How to Train Your Dragon, the dragons were scaring the Vikings. Turns out, Ratha's behavior is being affected by something bigger, just like How to Train Your Dragon. And it's not just Ratha, it's every single Rathalos in the area. Again, like, I think it's safe to say that this is a different name I could call this by How to Train Your Rathalos. Especially since you get to raise a baby Rathalos that in legend is supposedly going to bring down Ruin with its wings. Get it? The Wings of Ruin? No, seriously, that's part of the plot. So what are my thoughts on the game series? Well, it's a bit confusing if this is a direct sequel or not. After all, Naviru, who becomes your companion in this game, seems to have no recollection of the protagonist from the first game. But he seems to remember the character Avinia, who's one of the allies you make in the first game, so it's not very clear. The story is very animated and captivating. The art style reminds me very much so of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it's honestly gorgeous. I don't feel the need to skip cutscenes except for when Naviru keeps on ranting.
If you really want to thank me, I wouldn't say no to a couple of donuts.
This game is very Pokemon based. You start off with a companion, you get to travel, train, ride, battle, kill, and steal the babies in egg forms of those you killed. Yeah, this seems very family friendly, Nintendo. The battle style is very reminiscent of Pokemon battles, except in the form of rock, paper, scissors, where speed beats power, power beats technical, and technical beats speed. When not in battle, you can hatch new monsters, train them, send them out on expeditions, or put them in your party in which you can carry up to 6 monsters. Still not enough Pokemon for you? How about the fact that you can battle friends in either 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 battles? No? Not enough? What if I told you that your grandfather, the protagonist from the first game, his name was Red? Oh. Besides this though, the number of monsters increased from 68 in Monster Hunter Stories 1 to 128 in the sequel game. And honestly, it gives that sweet RPG feel with the new skin of a Monster Hunter game. Honestly, I love it. Now for the negatives. Multiplayer is really new to this particular game, and so it seems to take a while to unlock it, and when you do, the first missions are kind of limited. It's also a bit confusing to learn about the DNA part if you're not willing to play around with building up monsters. The only thing else that I find negative, though, is that I wish that the baby monsties would stay baby monsties for a little bit longer. I know it's nice being able to use your monsties right away, or the monsters you're able to ride, but being from birth to written in literally 1 second just seems to I just wish we could look at them and stay cute for a little longer. Overall, I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. If you're a Pokemon, RPG, or Monster Hunter fan, I definitely give you a recommendation to try this game out. This is once again FlareonLad of the TheEeveeDuo, and I'll see you all next time. Ride on! You can hatch new monsters, train them, send them out on expeditions, or put them in your pantry. Your pantry? I said party. What the hell did I say pantry?